Welcome to Rover Life. This is the rig walkthrough. We're in beautiful somewhere in Idaho. Really surprised by Idaho so far. We're gonna head up to the Sawtooth Range, do some biking. Talking about the rig a little bit. It's a 95 Range Rover Classic long wheelbase. The mods that we've done to it, powertrain, really no mods other than rerouting a custom exhaust out the side of the vehicle. Otherwise it'd be going out the back. Suspension mods, did a 3-inch suspension lift, 35-inch tires, rolled out the fenders, and for the drivetrain, just recently put in a 471 differential gearing and a True Track differential in the rear, so still open like stock in the front. And just recently did a transmission cooler, which took some of the capacity. Normally the transmission is cooled by the radiator, so these trucks are known for overheating. Even more known if you're throwing on a camper and adding a bunch of wind resistance and added weight and big tires. So a lot of transmission strain, and in order to take some of that heat off the transmission, rerouted that to its own cooler, which has made a big difference. I originally wanted the bike racks to be in the rear of the vehicle. I had one design which basically swung out from the rear, but due to the way the camper rear opens up, we ran into problems with ground clearance issues, basically hanging far back on the rear of the vehicle. This is a Motoped 144cc. It is only 150 pounds, which is basically why I got that. And this all-mountain bike is only staying with me up until Canada. And then after riding Canada, I'm going to be selling it and just having the Motoped as an alternate means of transportation for once we head south of the border. The problem with really having a motorcycle in the U.S. is that there's so many restrictions on places to ride. So having a mountain bike is a huge plus in the U.S. and also fun. So for the actual camper modification, the vehicle was actually cut right above the door line. As you can see, 1-inch square steel frame was welded in place, which basically the camper sits on top of. It's fixed to the roof here. Basically the mesh on that is about 20 1/8-inch bolts with fender washers. The great thing about this rig is that the doors are still usable. So inside the doors, actually a lot of storage inside the doors. Just shove a bunch of stuff in there. Have a 40-gallon fresh water tank under there. A pump which actually pumps fresh water up to the radiator. If dealing with heating issues, I can spray down the radiator with a push button from the center console. Gas, that's the fill for the water. I have a hot water heater here too for hot showers. Don't do that too often. And other than that, for the rig, we've on the back here have a Amazon safe. It's a pretty basic 26-pound Amazon safe, which has all the tools in it, and a 5-gallon lockable gas tank over here. And just a quick shot of the suspension area. One of the big mods, especially with having a camper, is polyurethane rear sway bushings, which really added to drivability. Upgraded shocks, and yeah, quite a bit of ground clearance. So really can go basically everywhere other than up that hill, which we tried to go up last night. You're still dealing with a lot of weight. I mean, the thing is very off-road capable, but you're pushing a lot of weight uphill, and unless the traction's pretty decent, you might not make it. So this is a 1974 Sunraider all fiberglass camper. The big perk of the Sunraider is you can pull this pin back here and pop the whole rear open. So you can see why adding the bikes on the back is such an issue, such a kind of to try to figure out a system to be able to swing it out of the way. As you can see, the old system, I had to swing it we would have to swing all the way out to over here to be able to clear that entire path of the door. And that's why we ran into ground clearance issues with that. Still want to try to think of other designs, but the bikes on the front are working for now. Some really cool storage spots for our chairs, and then the shower area, basically dual purpose bathroom. The gold-plated Nature's Head $1,000 toilet here, which I have ventilation running into where the refrigerator also ventilates, where the propane air intake for the refrigerator is. And then let's just move on to the interior. The only really change I did here is I pulled out the oven. A lot of like camera equipment, fishing equipment. My favorite junk drawer. I gotta have a junk drawer because I don't know, who doesn't have a junk drawer? And I made a mistake by painting the stove with engine enamel. Don't do that. Apparently propane burns a little hotter than gasoline. It's got a working vent, which is nice. A nice light. All the lighting in here is LED, so we have a 60-watt solar panel on the top, so that helps with maintaining the battery. Packed fridge, propane fridge, some really cool storage under here, a lot of cooking supplies, food storage, that type of stuff. I have a drone packed way back there. Even farther back there is the what is it called? The jack. Tucked way back there. I'm actually gonna get a high lift jack, which I have at home in San Diego, before we head down south, and we'll be doing a lot more off-roading. Full size spare is inside. I thought about moving it outside a couple times, but it became too difficult. Again, with the rear entry, or the rear opening camper, everything else you'd have to just basically tack onto the front. So put in a nice little mirror system here. Gotcha. And what else? We have the cell phone extender by WeBoost, which has worked for the most case. We kind of have to use this OpenSignal app to be able to tell where the signal or the closest tower is. And then up here, I got the different antennas. I got basically the one Yagi antenna, which has just the fancy cover on it. That takes care of the phone booster, and it also works as a Wi-Fi. It works in the same frequency as Wi-Fi. So that's cool. I mean, everyone's got the same system, but you can rotate it, you can spin it. Just a lot of other storage options, a lot of storage under the sink. Here's where it's messy. Here's where we dump our dirty clothes, which is kind of convenient and easy, just down into a bag down here. A lot of storage under here. Dog stuff and electrical stuff. And one of the best things that this thing has is just a pass-through cabin, which for me was a must. Just if you're in a situation sleeping and you want to get out and get away from that situation, you don't have to go outside the car, which is a big plus. And just a kind of peace of mind. And one of the best mods that we did was actually my girlfriend's idea, and it was to flip the bed from being lengthways like this, which was very uncomfortable and squished for me, especially being near the windows in the front, and being 5'11". It was like I always had to sleep with my legs bent. So we ended up rotating it around, and it also allowed for a lot of extra storage. These are all like storage containers with clothes. which is pretty convenient. And yeah, so I basically made the system that you can don't need any tools, and you just can open up the bed the other direction. Oh, I forgot, I got a block. Got a little block that I put under here. It's part of the system. So yeah, you just throw it up. You throw it on here. And it just kind of sits in all these different bolt holes. This is soon going to have like a curtain on it so that people can't see through from the front of the cabin to the back here. But yeah, you basically just put it out like that, and then it's good enough to support plenty of weight. And it's so much more comfortable. You don't have that lengthwise restriction, so you don't feel like a sardine can. And it's been probably the best modification we've done, honestly. It's really easy to put away. You know, it doesn't look as nice, but it's all about comfort over aesthetics. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything else. I don't know. If you have any other questions, just let us know. And hopefully... What? You don't want me to walk towards the camera?
Go ahead.
Well, I think that's about it. Thank you for following our adventure, and we really look forward to... Oh my god. This is the worst cameraman ever. Do you want to end it for me?
It's just so cheesy.
Here, you end it.
No, I'm not ready to end it.
The whole thing's cheesy?
Okay. I promise. I promise.
Okay.
No, it's not. You're doing a fantastic job. Okay, go on.
Well, that's about it for the rig walkthrough. We hope you enjoy. Shut up. What do you want me to
it's
say?
It's like in my head now. No, you're doing great. Thanks for
that's...
following our adventure.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, that's it for the Rover Life rig walkthrough. We've done a couple thousand miles on the rig so far and had it for a year, and it's been absolutely everything we've needed. And you can always have more space, but I guarantee you start small because you'll be happy you did. And thanks for following our adventure.